Sharon Osbourne collapses in grief as Ozzy is laid to rest in London. Farewell London, July 30th, 2025. Silence fell over the centuries-old stone of St. Mary Abbott's Church today as the world paid its final respects to music legend Ozzy Osbourne. Inside the chapel, lit softly by stained glass filtered light, the most heart-wrenching moment came when Sharon Osbourne, his wife of over 4 decades, collapsed in tears as the coffin was lowered before the altar. Surrounded by family, close friends, and rock royalty, Sharon appeared composed at the start of the ceremony. But as a live string rendition of Changes echoed through the sanctuary, she visibly trembled, then sank to her knees, sobbing into her hands. It was a scene that left no one dry-eyed. Even hardened icons of the music world could be seen wiping away tears. From chaos to quiet, a love story. And Ozzy and Sharon Osbourne's love was never ordinary. It was tempestuous, unfiltered, and unbreakable. Their 43-year journey was a saga marked by public scandal, raw honesty, deep loyalty, and a bond forged in both fire and forgiveness. Today, that story reached its final chapter. As Sharon was helped back to her seat by daughter Kelly and son Jack, a heavy silence fell over the pews. The grief was not just hers, but shared by everyone who had witnessed their turbulent, unforgettable love story unfold across generations. Mourners gather in a ceremony of shadows and sound. The funeral was an invitation-only affair. Intimate, but emotionally immense. Guests included Black Sabbath bandmates, longtime collaborator Zakk Wylde, and fellow music legends like Paul McCartney, Elton John, and Lars Ulrich. Celine Dion, at Sharon's request, performed Pai Jesu in a stripped-down, tearful rendition. The coffin was draped in a black velvet cloth embroidered with a silver crucifix. Around it stood candles and roses, flanked by family photos from every era of Ozzy's life, from leather-clad youth to grandfatherly warmth. Kelly Osbourne delivered a heartfelt speech reflecting on her father's unexpected tenderness beneath the wild exterior. Jack spoke quietly, remembering Ozzy's bedtime stories and the way he always checked on his children before dawn. Sharon's words, unread, yet understood. Sharon had prepared a letter to read at the service, but she never made it to the podium. Instead, as the casket began to be wheeled toward the exit, she stepped forward and placed the folded letter gently on top. She kissed the rosewood surface and whispered something too soft for the microphone. Those seated closest said she simply murmured, "You were always the storm I chose, and I'd choose you again." Ozzy's final moments and last words. Ozzy Osbourne died on July 28, 2025, at age 76, following complications related to Parkinson's disease and a recent spinal procedure. He passed peacefully at home in his sleep, according to family spokespersons. Zakk Wylde, who was by his bedside until the end, shared that Ozzy's last words were a soft plea. Don't let her be alone. Take care of Sharon, tell her I'll be waiting, and I'll be singing. A global farewell to the Prince of Darkness. While the funeral remained private, thousands gathered outside the gates, holding candles, singing ballads, and chanting Ozzy's name. In Birmingham, his birthplace, a 24-hour tribute playlist echoed through city streets. From Tokyo to Toronto, memorials were held, speakers blasting Crazy Train and Mama, I'm Coming Home in his honor. No matter how outrageous his public persona, Ozzy Osbourne meant something deeply personal to millions. And to Sharon, he was never the myth. He was the man she fought for, stood beside, and now mourns in silence. After the music stops. As the hearse pulled away into the soft London rain, Sharon Osbourne stood in place, her eyes locked on the horizon. No words left. No cameras needed. Just a widow holding the memory of a husband who was loved fiercely and lost forever. And somewhere beyond the silence, perhaps his voice, raw, defiant, and eternal, still sings for her.